here as a murderer or a drug dealer. But the fact is that a lot of them are. And in my point of view, let's say we let in 50 Mexicans to this country. 49 of them are good working citizens who want to contribute. If one of them kills my daughter, I don't want any of them in the country.
Speaking of your family that went through this very similar process that I'm about to say, a couple of days ago, Donald Trump was in the border. He was there and he said, our country's full, we cannot take you anymore.
He wants to close the border.
He was referring to the hundreds and hundreds of Central American migrants, many of whom are fleeing violence, who are here to request asylum. So raise your hand, and actually let's start by you. Do you believe that this specific community of Central American asylum seekers deserve to come into the United States?
Well, if you look at the history of asylum, it's based on religious persecution, things of that nature. Now, you know, we're painting asylum with a broader brush, where if there's violence in your home country, you deserve to get asylum. Yes, I know that. So you deserve to get asylum, and well, I don't know if that should be the case. If we should just accept anyone from everywhere just because they're escaping a bad situation. I don't think that automatically grants you asylum.
Yeah. Also, your fucking mom.
Asylum. First,
would you argue that your mom could be one of those people?
I would absolutely argue that my mom, under different circumstances, could have been one of those people. So it is a very touchy situation, me being a Mexican-American, and noting that my mom has become successful, and it is hard, but at the same time, we have a problem already with poverty in this country. We have a problem with veterans who aren't getting the care that they need after literally getting blown up for the right for us to be here right now and have this discussion. And I think before we start taking in everyone else and their problems, we need to address the problems that we have in this country now.
Anyone that wants to respond to him? Go ahead.
My issue is that some of these ideas, while they might have some aspects set in reality, it creates a sort of hysteria and it creates a sort of anti-immigrant sentiment where my brother who was born here, people always tell him go back to his country. And the thing about ICE and some of the bills that are going on right now are not just, you know, they're not just deporting criminals. There are mothers, there are families, actual families that are being
coming to this country illegally in itself makes you a criminal. If you come to
Bro,
this country illegally,
dude. What the fuck? This dude is like, this dude is so insane, dude. This dude is so insane. Like, he's just like, I fucking hate immigrants so bad that it's fine that my mom is one.
Okay.
It is separating families. It's very divisive. Why didn't he have such sentiments against his own wives? He seems to love immigrants in his bedroom. So I don't understand. Not to be vulgar, but I'm saying is just keeping it real.
So I've been trying to talk for a while. So like, I want to talk about your last comment. Like, oh, Trump said these things. Do you consider this racist? That makes racism seem rhetorical, like as if it's a rhetorical device, instead of it being like a systematic issue that's actively destroying lives, like family separation. So like for people to decide, well, is this racist? Just by the sound of it is kind of silly to me, because the fact that separating a family is racism.
I'm out of control.
Slavery was racism, and it worked off native slavery. Separating these families at the border is slavery. And talking about these families that are coming over, why are they coming over? We talked about MS-13, you called them rapists, gangbangers, so on and so on. But those are American gangs. They're created in a very particular form of carceral racism. And they were deported back to these countries, and they weren't even from there. They were raised here. They developed these types of habits in order to exist within a racialized American economy.
Yeah, but they're also in those countries.
So, because they got deported.
Oh my fucking God. My man just described gang violence in El Salvador better than like 98% of liberal media outlets that talk about MS-13 in a shorter period of time too.
Deported there by the U.S. You created that problem, and also for the fact that
I didn't create that problem. She didn't create that.
I'm talking about America.
I'm talking about Americans.
Right, but that's not my problem now.
Okay, that's fine. You were talking about the American position all day, so I created I used it as a rhetorical device for the American position that deported these people.
Right. So let's talk about the fact that you guys brought up that family separation is racist. I have a big problem when they're using children at the border to get into this country that is not their children. So either there's DNA tests or we're gonna.
Bro, deport that person, okay? I'm done. She needs to get deported right now. Just her. That's my new policy, okay? Build a fucking wall around her. Build a wall around her and deport her at the same time with the wall that we built around her. Oh my fucking God, dude. She went from like, yo, I'm so skeptical about the fucking mainstream media narratives to like literally in less than 24 minutes went from I'm skeptical about the media narratives because like groupies can't technically be harassed or groped or raped to like we need a DNA test swab. We need to put cotton swabs in every fucking baby's mouth, okay? That passes through this border. I'm sick of this shit. People are finding literal discarded babies
Excuse me.
to come
I'm
into
sorry.
this country.
I'm out of control.
I voted
I
for Hillary,
apologize
by
for
the
that.
way. I can say this. But I know that there's fucking babies out there. I mean, look, these are Latin American countries. Who knows what babies are doing out there, okay? There's babies out there. They're walking around like, yo, I'm a
not
fucking baby.
God.
Like, can you take me to America? And random people are picking them on the streets and taking them over the border to come into this country. And we need to fucking use calipers and cotton swabs to make sure that these babies' skulls are their skull measurements are in line with their parents to understand if they have the perfect skull to be cops or white, in which case they can stay.
We're gonna have to separate you to make sure that that child belongs to that parent.
But there's this thing called human nature. I feel like, I don't
So
know,
you're
maybe
okay
behind
with
that
people-
makeup,
so you're
you
okay
just
with
like
people-
lost
You just
human
insulted her. Of
nature.
course you're in your
did.
feels.
I don't
Look at
care.
you. You're all
Somebody
sexual
told me I'm in my
dramatic.
feels,
I'm
and I
not
feel some
finished
kind of
yet.
way.
Let's talk about the 11 million documented immigrants that are here. What is the first thing that comes to mind when I say that? Let's go around.
I think we should give them citizenship, and that might surprise you guys, but I do think there are
Bro, your mom. Bitch. Bro, hey, that might surprise you guys, but I'm going to actually have a human take for once, okay? I was doing the non-human thing up until this point, but now I'm going to do the human take. It could come across as surprising.
They're already here. They've been here for a while. They're in our schools. They're in our restaurants. They're everywhere. They're a part of us. They should be given citizenship.
I think I agree with him that a lot of them that have been here, maybe they should get amnesty. I think, they've been here for so long, they're pretty much American by this point, but there are some that they don't represent American values. And
She means the brown ones, chat. She means the ones that are brown.
they shouldn't be here.
What exactly are American values?
Murder,
Stealing,
imperialism,
murder.
No, I'm
colonization.
telling you, life,
You guys
liberty,
are
and pursuit of happiness. No, it's right in our Constitution. It's right in our Constitution.
Respond to that question
It's
and
right
then you
in
go.
our Constitution, the life, liberty, and
But you're
pursuit
not even
of
American
happiness.
according
That
to
is
you.
the American dream.
Literally every single person that crosses the border is coming to America to pursue life, liberty, and also the pursuit of holy shit.
An American passport.
It's right in our Constitution. It's right in our Constitution.
Respond to that question
It's
and
right
then you
in
go.
our Constitution, the life, liberty, and
But you're
pursuit
not even
of
American
happiness.
according
That
to
is
you.
the American dream.
I have an American passport. I'm a citizen.
No,
I
but
wasn't born
you're
here,
co-
but I
you're-
Let's
appreciate
you-
keep going
American
around.
values.
Let's keep going around.
I hear a lot of things too, like just amnesty, at the snap of a finger. I mean, a lot of them, if they're criminals, I think they got to be deported.
I'm
a lot
not
of them, their
God.
families, and they've earned their chance at becoming citizens.
What happened to this guy's microphone? Were they just like, yo, you kind of look like a sociopath, so we're just going to not really give you the same. We're going to give you the Andrew Yang treatment? Like, I mean, he just, look at this dead-eyed fucking freak, dude. Look at this dead-eyed freak deliver this perspective. Like, yo, a lot of these people are just immigrants, and they're rapists and shit.
A lot of them, if they're criminals, I think they got to be deported. A lot of
Shut the fuck up, dude. What do you mean a lot of them are criminals, they gotta be deported? This dumbass can't even do racism right. Like, literally can't do racism correctly. He's just like, a lot of them are criminals, you gotta deport them, I think.
a lot of them, their families, and they've earned their chance at becoming citizens.
I almost find it disgusting that we're really talking about how to legitimize
like the life of a human being.
Thank you.
Like, why? So they should be given citizenship because of this, right? I think people should be granted human dignity, period. No matter if you're a Palestinian baby, if you're an American baby, regardless, give them their humanity.
There's a report out there that says that it's going to take almost 2 years to identify the thousands of families that were separated at the border. Who thinks it was immoral to separate families at the border?
I am for people, and I feel like the things, the hate, the stereotype, it's affecting real human beings and causing people not to see people as people, but as objects, as this thing with an emotion attached to it. And that level of discrimination is causing families to be separated. People are losing their lives, they're dying, and that is the issue I have with it.
Anyone that does not see it immoral, what do you have to say?
I mean,
I just want to say the only reason I don't see it as immoral is just because, like, you or me or any of us here were to commit a crime here in America, we would be separated from our family. We'd go to jail. Like, it's the same thing that would.
Yeah, but like, you don't go to jail for throwing trash on the fucking ground. You don't go to jail for jaywalking, dumbass. You shouldn't go to jail for fucking misdemeanor, like crossing over an imaginary line. Like, what a fucking idiotic take. Why does no one ever confront these people?
Would happen to anybody else who committed a crime in America. And crossing the border illegally is committing a crime.
I would also like to say that there needs to be some sort of
misdemeanor.
You can't just assume that these people are families. You need to validate these things. You can't just take it as face. Oh, this is your mother? Fine. Because it's been documented that that's not the case. That the coyotes are using children and as cover, saying that they're their dad for protection. You need to validate these things. You can't just take someone's words and take it for face value.
Just to play devil's advocate here. Imagine if that was your mother with you.
But it was his mother.
Would you feel okay if your mother and you were separated?
No, I would be sad, absolutely. I never said that separating the families isn't horrible, because it is horrible and it is saddening.
Wait, what? You just argued for why it must be done. What? Bro, is this guy so stupid that he forgets his mom is like undocumented and crossed the border illegally? Like in between his takes or something?
And just look at the images of the conditions.
And that stopped.
It is sad, but at the same time, just because something is sad and just because it's unfortunate doesn't mean that you need to have some sort of way to validate these things. You can't just take someone's words and say, oh, this is my father. Okay, good to go.
The people who are talking about this are unaffected by this. The people that this is happening to are Central American indigenous communities. Claudia Gomez was a Maya woman, or little girl really, who got shot at the border. There are families being separated. These are indigenous children, and this is literally replicating the Indian Removal Act. This not only displacing indigenous communities from their pueblos, but also separating them from their families, which is the history of the United States. And this is literally a continuing. Yes, they're doing out of force.
Not always.
Back home, I came here. My cousin stayed there, and guess what happened? At 18, he died. That is the reality that we're escaping. And unfortunately, these gangs, these instability of our countries often come from the United States, going to our communities and trying to start a business there by displacing us.
But that was the past.
This
We're in
is
the
still
future
going
now.
on.
We're in the present.
It's still going on.
I feel like you have more invested yourself in another country than here. You care more about another country than here.
This is my problem. These are borders. These are man-made borders. I don't care. I care about people. Period. I know.
There's a border everywhere. There's a border right now in Colombia. In Colombia, we don't want more. There's a million Venezuelans that are in Colombia.
Yes, you care so much about American people. Congratulations. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I do think about my community back home. You assimilate to Americanness, and that is good.
This should be home now. This should be home. You shouldn't keep saying back home.
Again, this is coming from a point of view.
It's separatism.
Literally.
Like, you guys are acting like as if we're not all human.
Exactly.
So humanity is being stripped. They're being dehydrated. They're being murdered.
Let me ask you this. There's many Venezuelans that are coming to Miami and South Florida. in your eyes, is there any difference between some of the Central American families that are at the border and some of the Venezuelans that are trying to come?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of differences. One of them is the majority of, not the majority, but there's a very large majority of Venezuelans here who have a lot of money. Some of them are even Chavistas. Some of them are, you know, they're kind of like took their money, came here, they have businesses. So in terms of like humanity, no, they're all humans, but the majority of the poor Venezuelans are going to countries like Peru, countries like Colombia, and countries like Brazil. The rich ones are all here.
Right, but there is, I mean, we do know factually, right, that there are many Venezuelans that are trying to leave the Maduro government and that are trying to seek asylum here. So my question is, for everyone, do they deserve the same opportunity to seek asylum than a Central American family right now?
I feel everybody is the same. Everybody has, what people don't understand is there is laws and regulations
No, people don't understand that. Yeah, thanks. People don't understand that there's laws and regulations. Hey, chat. There's laws and regulations. I know that you probably don't understand that, but just so you guys know. Yeah, yep, write him down, okay?
To claim asylum, there's about 5 different, don't quote me right now, but there's about 5 different options. Political reasons, if you're being prosecuted for political reasons. I have a friend that claimed asylum that way. If for race, I mean, like
religious
they're legit
persecution.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just because your town was affected by some sort of a gang and now you're poor and then so you come up. It's not like that. It's like legitimate reasons. You have to verify paperwork to claim asylum.
When you think of this American dream, right?
Oh, God.
What type of American dream? It may not exist, and you tell me that. It may not exist, right? But when you do think of this idea of the American dream, what does that look like for the Latinx community?
In my opinion, the American dream is opportunity. And even though our country is not perfect, I think there's more opportunity here to succeed than any other country in the world. And I can't argue.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right.
I think that the American dream, what essentially it means is people from the global south coming here and then obtaining the privilege to ignore the United States' involvement in the global south.
What does that look like for you?
To me, as he said, the dream is opportunity. It is to come here and make money. It is to have my own business. It is to succeed. I don't necessarily think education means success. I have many friends and many people that I know are millionaires and didn't go to school, didn't finish, were college dropouts. And I actually agree with you, and we talked about this earlier, about the pharmaceutical industry and how anti-big pharma I am. And even though we may have our disagreements, most of us just want to reboot in all establishments. And this means our healthcare, these like pharmaceuticals, it means education, it means everything else. But what I don't want is to give the government more power because they're already messing everything up.
People.
Yeah. The less government reliance, the better. Walk into a DMV, see how that's run. Walk into a small business, see how that's run.
Yeah, the less government reliance, the better. Also, totally in favor of making sure that government is protecting these like imaginary borders with as much money as possible being spent on just all these cruel policies enacted by these sausage-looking Andes over here, like this guy. This guy could be a fucking border patrol officer, honestly. And then, like, not only that, but we also should probably put fucking, like, you know, DNA tests in place to make sure that every person that's coming in is, like, related, because I think that Fox News said that one time.
United States
You get
Postal
government
Service.
out of the way, I promise you, things will take care of themselves. The more the government puts their hands in everything, the more things get ruined. Okay?
The roads will be destroyed.
For me, the biggest issue that has happened with the change of government is how people relate to each other. I think a lot of respect has been lost. And policy aside, which is really important,
Excuse me.
I think
I'm sorry.
I
I'm out
look
of
for a
control. I
day
apologize
when
for
people
that.
can come together and disagree, but still respect each other.
Our country has become so divided that you can't even sit down with your neighbor. But it's worse than ever.
No, we just are finally.
I'm trying to agree.
Bro, I think that guy's a cop, by the way. You guys know you guys know that I don't think phrenology is real, except for cop skulls, right? He does have a cop skull.
The only one raising their hand, go. What do you have to say?
Okay, What I will say is, you know, we can agree to disagree depending on the issue. But if I meet someone and they say I want your parents deported, I'm not gonna be their friend. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I agree to disagree with you. That affects my life personally. I had to drop out of school for 2 years because of Trump's administration.
Would you ever be friends with any of the people that voted for Trump here?
Fuck no.
I would not.
Okay.
I'm
What about
sorry.
you?
That's unfortunate.
I meant that
That's
respectfully.
unfortunate. I think you're a nice person, so that's really unfortunate. That's sad.
Personally,
That's really sad.
personally
Triggered.
speaking, if any of them want to deport my families, if that really is their opinion, then I'm not gonna be their friend.
Okay, what do you have to say to that?
I look at everybody as an individual here, and I base you on your character. A lot of these people have very strong character. I don't judge them off of their political views or how they feel.
Yeah, because your political views are not associated with your character whatsoever. Also, every liberal's a cuck and a beta, by the way. Like, what a fucking dumbass, dude. Oh yeah, no, it's like I want to be a Nazi. It's just different political opinion. It doesn't say anything about my character whatsoever, and don't judge me off of it. You know, it's nice, dude. Good.
About what they think the world is doing and imperialism, all this stuff. Like, I don't really, like, I just feel like that's sad that we can't all walk away from here and go to one of these really nice bars here in Wynwood and have a fucking drink.
It's not that I have any hatred to anyone that voted for Trump, but to me, it's again, like, it's affecting people's in their everyday life. So if you have an opinion that I felt like can hurt me, can hurt someone that I love, I'm not gonna sit down and have a casual drink with you. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I can see the pain that causes. And
Yeah, because I'm a people person. I love people
But-
at the end of the day, so.
So
Except for those dirty brown people. That's the people I like are other white Latinos like myself. But the brown people, I'm not a fan of them. We should deport them. I'm going to vote for literally the president. I'm going to vote for literally the president who said that we should we should build a wall and said that they were, rapists and murderers. But I love people, by the way. And I love to base all of my assumptions on individuals based on merit, by the way, except I voted for a president that literally said Mexicans are rapists and drug dealers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
just
I
highlight
think this
that.
is why we're here, right? Because if maybe there is no common ground, maybe there is, but this
I
is
also don't
why
want to
we're
be
here.
misunderstood. I don't want people to feel like, anything goes. But I do feel that sometimes it's a communication thing, and you might not understand my point today. But if I could have more conversation with you, if we could build more bridges together, maybe over time you could see my point, or maybe over time you could change your mind, or maybe some aspects of me. I'm not so rigid about everything that I think and feel.
For those of you that can vote, that have the privilege of voting, when you go to the ballot box, what's the most important issue that you're going to be voting on?
We're talking about policies and politics, right? We get to talk about it in this air-conditioned room.
No, this is a privilege.
Right, this is an
100%.
extreme. People are literally dying right now. Like, that is a fact. People are dying right now.
People die every day.
Right?
My God, you are exhausted.
Fucking owned, dude. Hey, people die every day. So when I kill someone, it's perfectly okay because people die every day. Forehead. So.
Like,
I mean, people die every day. No, is that not true? People die every day.
Hey, people die every day, so you can actually murder people now, according to fake Kim Kardashian over here.
I also don't feel like politics was necessarily ever constructed for the people. I'm talking about the down home grassroots people. It is an elite structure within itself where you elect the leaders of whatever thing. So if we look strictly to politicians who are paid to do what they do and shake hands to do what they do, we're going to be completely lost.
So will you raise your hand if you're not going to vote in 2020?
I'm voting.
No, everyone that can vote plans on voting. For the ones of you that did vote for Donald Trump in 2016, will you be voting for him again in 2020?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
We know you will, you fucking sociopath. You don't need to agree, okay? Look at him. The only time he ever emotes is when he's thinking about voting for Donald Trump for the second time. What a fucking sicko, dude. What a sicko.
The Democrats aren't really producing anybody that would capture my vote. That
Why are you gonna vote for
represent
him?
like my values.
I mean, you're talking about, we have been talking about politics and, you know, what will stand up to you on a ballot. And, you know, there's been this lately, you have politicians like Bernie Sanders, AOC, who want to give people, they want to have more government programs. They want to hand out more things. I don't think it's right to keep people dependent on the government. I think that you don't want, the less amount of people dependent on the government for anything is a good thing. That's why overall I'm conservative. That's why we'll be voting for Donald Trump. I want people to be lifted up on their own instead of having to rely on the government for a job, for a place to live, for welfare.
Like, you want to talk about handouts? Let's talk about these corporate handouts. You were anti-establishment. Really think about what corporate establishments are to the foundation of America.
Relying on the government for things, the less free they are. If they're dependent on the government for something, that gives them less liberty, that gives them less choice, that lives
is to give people the right to live, right? Give people the right to live.
You're working through college so then you can get a better job, so then you can live a better life. Like, that is life.
I had a job
That's how you
throughout-
are socially responsible, economically responsible. Like, you have to work shit jobs now and go to college so that you can get a better...
Do you think that's okay?
Yes, that's how you... Why should we...
Okay. Say something, and then we're gonna start wrapping it up. Go ahead.
The United States still has colonies till this day. Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, okay? In Puerto Rico, the Borican people there are still under colonialism, and every product that goes to Puerto Rico has to touch American soil first and then Puerto Rico. And that affects the people. That means the products there are twice as much, 3 times as much, etc. So when we talk about rights that the United States or Americans, what Americans? Because Puerto Ricans are Americans.
They're also like 40% of your population is like on welfare.
Yep.
Because they're being colonized and constantly...
Did you not
And they've also never voted to be independent. So why don't they just be independent?
you
should just vote. They
first-
should just strip themselves from the United States.
They have had movements for independence. And those people, Oscar Lopez, the longest American political prisoner, was incarcerated for 36 years. These people are constantly demanding to be free, and they're constantly being killed and arrested and incarcerated. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
We could literally do this for 25 hours. But again, going back to 2020, what are the policies that you want to see that you're not seeing?
Give people a living wage. I'm graduating next year, and my degree is in education. And even as a person coming from the education realm, I do not believe that education is the way out. Give people a living wage. To me, I want to see that. I want that to be huge. Mass incarceration, that shit needs to stop. Where do we? There's so
You're
much.
obviously not a business owner to try to demand what,
Living
as a business
wage,
owner, you
incarceration,
need to pay.
anyone else? What are policies that you want to see that are not?
Bro, I love these videos because, like, they just put some of the dumbest fucking people who have some of the worst dehumanizing perspectives next to, like, actually, like, passionate people who are well-versed on the subjects that they're discussing. And, like, and it's just straight up like, oh, hey, did you just give us your comprehensive analysis on, like, U.S. imperialism? Or, hey, did you just talk about how Puerto Rico is still a U.S. colony alongside Guam? Okay, well, what do you think about this fake Kim Kardashian? Tell us about how Hillary Clinton actually sucked adrenochrome from a baby's spine. And somehow that's related to, like, why Latin Americans should no longer come into the country. And it's just fucking insane. Like, those two people should not... Like, why? Why do those people have the same... Like, how? Why do those people have... Like, they're voting. Okay? They're voting. Those fucking idiots are voting. Like, those are the two kinds of perspectives that you hear under these circumstances. It is just so insane. And there's an entire fucking cottage industry dedicated to making sure that both sides are, like, exactly the same. Just fucking nuts. What's shaking is just my confidence. That's what's shaking.
Not happening, and just you can just
My confidence in our future being better than our past. That's what's shaking.
start
I want
I'm
to
for
see
less government.
less
I want as
government,
little as
limited
government
government.
Less spending on the military.
Absolutely.
Less spending everywhere.
everywhere.
Latinx. No, what does it mean to be Latinx?
Me or any of my friends who are all Latin have never used this term Latinx before.
I really don't like the term, and the interesting thing about it is the only time you become Latin or Latinx is when you're outside of your country, if that makes sense.
Yo! I had a take like this. I'm just saying. I think Latinx is unironically Western cultural imperialism.
Because when you are where you are, you are
what
whatever you are,
the
where
nationality.
you are. Yeah.
I mean, I identify as an Afro-Latina. To me, I felt separated from, I guess, the Latinx community because I wasn't Latin enough or whatever. Because once I started to identify with my blackness, I didn't know that the two things could be combined. I felt like it had to be separate. I had no choice. Till then, I got an education, figured out these things, called the truth, and realized that that it's both inclusive. So, I mean, I understand why they chose Latinx because, people don't like to be called Spanish because it's from the Spanish.
Well, it's also because it's supposed to be gender neutral and more inclusive of non-binary people who are Latin. But like the language, the original language itself has no distinction because Spanish is a gendered language.
Conquistadors and all that stuff, but I identify personally as an Afro-Latina, not so much Latinx.
I didn't even know that word existed until now.
I don't even think it's a word at all. I feel like it's a way for people to kind of, not offend. I mean, I might not know the exact origin, but I feel like it's a way for people to not use the gender pronouns in Spanish, like, oh, you can't say Latino or Latina because we don't really know who they are, we don't know how they identify themselves. And I mean, we've been using, Hispanic people have been using that word for centuries, such a long time, and for all of a sudden, have somebody tell me how I can talk or change the way for me to talk, it's, it can be a little insulting.
Okay, I take it back. I'm saying Latinx going forward. I was an advocate for Latin or Latino until this guy said things, and now I'm just completely against that position. Okay, never mind. Yep, Latinx all the way for me. Okay. Just absolute psycho. Just look at him. Just look at him, dude. Just look at this psychopath, dude. Look at him talking with those fucking dead eyes, dude.
Latino, Hispanic, whatever these words, they were given to us by different people. Those words, actually, we didn't use for centuries. I don't know where they got that information. It's relatively new terms. Latinx to me doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. Personally, if I go back home to my abuela and I say, oh, we're Latinos, we're Latinas, whatever, she's gonna be like, no, like what is that? You know what I mean?
And I would say that Latinx, instead of saying Latin, is forceful. It makes people think. It is intentional. It is something that is critiquing the current status quo.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for this discussion. I know it got heated. I know that at the end of the day, we still may disagree on many things. We may now agree a little bit more, but more than anything, I'm grateful for you. Everyone here is very smart, and I'm just, thank you very much for this discussion.
Thank you for having us.
What the fuck is Latinx?
So meth is still a huge problem in this country, and that's something that you can really feel right here in Fresno, California.
Bro, she's so fucking cool. Holy shit. You guys want to know something? I think there's a podcast called Come Town, and I think they briefly talked about this. I wouldn't know. I've never listened to it myself, but they said something about like what they like in women. And wait, she follows me? Who is she? I don't know who she is. What's her name? Anyway, they were saying that You just like her because you have the same hair? What the fuck? What is going on? Oh, this is Jorge Ramos' daughter? Oh my god. Well, no wonder. Jorge Ramos is hot as fuck, dude. Yeah, that beeping was coming from me. I don't know what the fuck that was. You guys heard that? Also, Paula Ramos does not follow me. I don't know why you guys said that. That was a lie. Oh shit, she does follow me on Instagram. Oh damn. Okay, that was not a lie. I don't hear it either.
I'm not God.
Thank you, War TV. Anyway, what were we saying? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. I don't know. She's like a Hillary Clinton, Obama White House person. Oh, anyway, we were talking about someone says something about her eyes, right? Someone says something about her eyes. And I was going to say like what the fuck? She's 44? How? Anyway, on the Come Town podcast, I think is a podcast. Not really sure. I've never listened to it. I think if they were to talk about stuff, they would talk about probably like what they like in women, and one of them was the eyes, like weird eyes. That was what they referenced in the latest episode of the Come Town, I think, podcast. Maybe if it's a podcast, don't know, never heard of it, never saw it, but anyway, I that really resonated with me, and I wanted to share that with the chat as well. When I was younger, I still to this day kind of have this thing where like probably the weirdest thing that I like in a girl is like lazy eyes. not like lazy eye, but hey, Hassan Stavi here. When's Turkey giving Constantinople back? Greece rules. Hell yeah, dude. Also, come on, come town. We need a replacement for Nick when he gets killed. And Adam is on his book tour. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why I don't know who Stavi Baby is. It's probably a fake dono. So I don't know who Nick is. I've never seen the Come Town podcast. So when I say lazy eye, I mean this, like this. Like droopy eyes. It's like sexy eyes, you know? Like this. Like, I feel like that's really hot. I don't know why. And that was things Hassan finds hot for no reason whatsoever. Segment on the show. Yeah, I think it's weird. Whatever. You mean like this? Yeah, this is what I mean. Yep. Like that. Exactly like that. No. Crazy eyes are hot too, but I really like lazy eyes. I was gonna even mention this, like a celebrity that has this is kind of weird because we're friends, but I will. Oh my god, it came up immediately. A celebrity that has that kind of eyes, dude, is. This is embarrassing, but Sophia Bush has those eyes. Kind of. Okay. We're Instagram friends. The Dobre eyes, yeah. No, not smoky eyes, like just like heavy eyelids. I don't know how to describe it, dude. Like this, like this. Girls that always look like this. Like that. Like the eyes you give mid sneeze, I get it. Yeah. That's what I mean like that. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Malding is a condition originating from Turkey where the patient zero was found circa 1990. It's often described as a human version of molding. Certain milk products like ice cream are said to enhance the effects of molding. It's characterized by victims of baldness, lack of skill, and anger issues. Subjects. Oh, fuck. I missed the rest of that copy pasta. That's Fernifio to a T. No, we can't make this the new emote, dude. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Aubrey Plaza is a good example. Yes. Bedroom eyes. Subjects of the condition are also said to have decorated their room with books, Antifa posters, and paintings of things that make them feel uneasy. That's a very specific condition. I wonder how many people have that. I would love to find out how many people have that condition. That would be. What's up, bum? Heard you were talking shit. Come on, come down and debate me, coward. I don't know who this person is who just donated $5, but thank you for the $5 dono, Mr. Nick Milan. Natalie Portman has it too, yes. Yes. I think it's called podcast called
I mean, a lot of Asian girls have eyes like that. Equals P.
Thank you, Adam Friedland.
I am gay and a bug.
Thank you, Adam Friedland, for the $5 dono. Like I said, I don't know who these donos are. I don't know where they're coming from, but have you talked about the Jeffrey Epstein thing a ton? Yeah, I talked about it yesterday, and I've talked about it before. I've written about it before. More men seem to have them. Antonio Banderas has crazy bedroom eyes. Jake Gyllenhaal, that kid from High School Musical. I don't know. I've never really noticed it. If you don't criticize bigotry such as homophobia and misogyny in a particular religion for fear of being labeled a bigot, then you're a bigot. What? Did I not finish the video already? We finished the video. What video do you want me to watch? I mean, you should... What does he mean by particular religion? Like... Wait. First of all, I don't know who sent this to me, but this is Tariq Nasheed, okay? I don't know about Christopher Kukor or YouTube Man, but like, if he called the cops on Tariq Nasheed, it's not like calling the cops on a random black person, okay? Just let me just put that out there, okay? Like, you know me. I've talked about... I don't know the exact context of this situation, but the sheer fact that Tariq Nasheed is the person who is responsible for this video makes me feel a little suspicious about this, okay? Tariq Nasheed is a conspiracy theorist, Hotep, kind of, but like not really. I don't fucking know what he is really, but he's just... Is he a Hotep? I think he is. He just fucking has a lot of Hotep takes, so he probably might be. What is this?
I'll put it on his back when he's finished. Oh, nice cosplay. Guys, what are you dressed up like?
I'm not really just a certain character. I wish I was though.
Isn't that any character? Just yourself?
Just myself.
Oh, nice. Looks good.
You look great yourself.
I'm myself as well. And you?
I'm myself too.
You're yourself.
Look, he's being nice. He just... Come on. He's trying, dude. He's trying. Oh, God. He didn't say anything bad. Like, he just... I know, by the way, for context, this is at the fucking Anime Expo, okay? It's not like he walked up to a random person and was like, oh, like, are you dressed up as a character in the middle of the street? It was at the Anime Expo. So, just for the record, like, I think that probably changes the perspective or changes the situation contextually.
Love what you do, buddy. Keep doing you.
Thank you, Lightweight. And he immediately was like, oh yeah, that's cool. What about yourself? His save is so, it's cute. Like, it's literally cute where he's like, oh, I'm myself too. Like, in that moment, it's such an honest moment. And he just moves to the next person. Fuck. It's just funny because I would definitely be in a situation like that where I'm like, oh shit, what about you? I'm so sorry. He said, I'm myself too. He saved it so well. Okay, let's do it again. It's just like he was being nice.
Oh, nice guys, what are you dressed up like?
I'm not really just a certain character. I wish I was though.
Isn't that any character? Just yourself?
Just myself.
Oh, nice. Looks good.
You look great yourself.
I'm myself as well. And you?
Look, this is just so... He's like, oh, looks good. I'm myself as well. It's such a quick save. It's just such a quick save. It's just like, oh, I'm myself as well. And you. It's just cute. It's like he's at the Anime Expo, okay? Oh man, that's good. Okay. All right, fuck. I'm totally sober. But for those of you who think it's like I am. Why is everyone capping me? When have I fucking hid drugs from the chat? What is this? Oh no, is this bad?
Wow, that's just amazing. Who are you dressed? Raiden. Are you Raiden?
We're just
From
Hare
Mortal
Krishna.
Kombat.
Are you guys from LA?
Wait, who are you dressed as?
We're Hare Krishna.
I'm not sure
Bro, look at him.
doesn't know yet.
Who's the? Do you know him?
No, but...
Not a streamer?
That guy, that's like Hare Krishna. That's how they walk all year. It's something religious. And you're like, who are you dressed up like?
He thought it was a character, dude. Oh my god. He's like, yo, sick Raiden costume, bro. Oh, he was so excited. Oh my god. John Zerka is the gas station t-shirt buyer. He would go to fucking Los Angeles and buy a California tank top with the bear on it.
And he told you once. Oh, and then like you said, who are you?
Oh. Holy shit. I'm so tired. Fuck, dude. The Dobre boys have those.
Just donating to hear this adorable donation voice say ooga booga booga woo woo. Anyway, here's some money for a cupcake and a candy bar. This was supposed to go towards buying my fiance's boyfriend his Butterfingers. Get your tubes sucked, buddy. Smile.
Thanks, Big Lundy.
I'm not God.
Canoe was coming to see you today? Yeah, I hung out with him today. I worked out.
For you
I'm a
too.
black person.
Sprocket, I'm glad to hear you're still black. And thanks for 2 months of support, man. That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it?
What? That's... Why did he say that? That's crazy.
I mean, this Jeffrey Epstein shit is, you know, it's heartbreaking because he had some sick collabs planned with FaZe.
It's funny how people say that we need to decriminalize sex work because it makes the conditions better. But where are the conditions better than in a private jet? I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That is like... Why did you send that to me, dude? I did not laugh at that. That I disavow. I like that everyone in the chat that doesn't watch Chapo thinks Aaron said that. When in fact that was Alex. I could have never heard that joke because I don't follow Chapo Trap House, the show. I like to separate the art from the artist. I disavow it. It deserves condemnation, and it's parody. I would disavow Cumtown if I knew what Cumtown was. It's pretty funny though. That was a funny joke. I'm not gonna show Stav's Insta because I don't want to get banned. Can you guys stop asking me to fucking show Stav's Instagram? Why do you do this? Hypothetically, if I knew what the podcast Come Town was, I would recommend it because it seems like a funny name and a funny premise. Like, you know, it's like imagine the DSA, but gay. Do you know what stupid poll is? It's that I actually, okay, all jokes aside, I don't know what stupid poll is, but that's probably because I'm a boomer. Isn't it just like edgy fucking like Nazballs and just people who are like, I fucking hate identity politics. Like, I hate it real bad. And then it's just like, but I'm a socialist. Like, I think we need to have health care. But I don't even know. Actually, that's not true. Because I don't think those fucking people are like, are they like Nazball and shit? I don't know. Stupid poll. Critique of essentialism. Solidarity with conservative working class. Are Nazballs better than liberals though? What? No. What the fuck? I don't. No, they're not. No, because Nazball's a fucking meme, okay? You can't claim to be class conscious and act like you're providing or your perspective is guided by a materialist analysis and then believe in some fake nationalist bullshit, okay? Like that's not like a real concept. Like they're just like fake lefties. Like you can't be like, "Oh, I'm a lefty and I believe in I'm a lefty and I believe in class consciousness, but also white people." What? Oh, you're a lefty but for whites only. Okay, got it. Makes a lot of sense. You're not the arbiter of leftism, Hassan. I'm not. That's why before I said it's like fake. Because it's weird to be like, "Oh, I think class consciousness is important and capitalism is bad. Here is my materialist analysis of why it's bad. But also here is some like totally immaterial bullshit about white identity that I must protect." That's not me being the arbiter. That's me giving you why it's like a real reason why it's not, why it's just like a fucking fake or incorrect understanding. Okay. I did see the misgif. I did see the misgif clip with me in it. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to bed. Same thing can be said about socialism. No. What? How? All right. Don't forget to subscribe to me if you like this commentary. My supposed best friend is watching Hark Dan right now. Anyway, I'm rating. I look like Lil Bill. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. I don't care. Have a good night, everybody.